let me get this out the way, and then yeah. So, a lot of you guys got questions. I'll just break it down. So 2 nights ago, I went to an event. You guys know I like to slide my car a lot. So well, we were doing the donuts, and what happened was someone made a choice of running in towards where I was doing it. They decided that they wanted to run, and they hit my car. Yeah, they hit my car, and the way that how it happened, and I'm sorry if it takes me a while to say things because I have to be careful what I say. The way it happened was this person hesitated. They realized that at that moment they could not make it in, and what happened was the person got their foot caught beneath my front tire and got sucked up under my car. Now, keep in mind, this person ran into my car. So my car was going around in donuts. I didn't hit the person. The person ran into my car. A lot of you guys might have saw the video of what happened. But in the video, you see the guy running out of nowhere, and he ran straight into my car. After that happened, I stopped my car and went out to make sure he was okay. He was on the ground. He was on the ground. It looked like he was unconscious. A friend of his that I assumed, who touched him, was holding him, told me that he was okay, and he told me to leave. He's okay. You can go. Just go. In the moment, everyone was leaving. There was about 150 to 200 people there. And that in the moment when we was leaving, another person got hit by another car. A Corvette flipped somebody. That person's okay. But I left, went to a a neighborhood subdivision about 2 minutes down the road. Shed some tears. I cried because I was panicking. I needed to gather myself. I talked to my grandmother on the phone, and I said, hey, this person ran. And at the moment, at that time, I didn't know that this person ran into my car. At this time, I'm thinking I hit somebody, right? But no, I didn't hit nobody. I didn't crash my car into anybody. The person ended up running into me, and I contacted the person who posted the video, and I asked, hey, did you know this person? And they said no. And the video shows the guy running in and getting in front of my car, almost as if it was like a deer in headlights. The guy he comes about maybe 30 feet away, full on sprints to where my car's at, and he hesitates, and he realizes at that moment he can't he can't the way my car is moving, he can't get out of that area, and that's what happened. So I come back, there was ambulances, the police. I put my hazard lights on, and the police asked me, were you the guy that was involved in the incident? And I said yes. And I informed police that originally what I thought was, when I hit a bump, I thought it was a firework box, because if you guys ever seen these events, they light up fireworks and they put them in the parking lot. That's originally what I thought I did at the moment it happened. And then I told the police, they were like, well, we just talked to these witnesses, and the witnesses said that the guy just ran out in front of your car. And I asked if the guy's gonna be all right, and the guy, they told me, the police said, hey, he's just has road rashes. He's crying right now, but he has road rashes, but he has non-life threatening injuries. And I asked one of these guys, one of the I guess the people who were just walking around, and they said, oh, his hands kind of messed up and his legs kind of messed up, but overall he's like, he was functioning, he was alive, perfectly fine. So they gave me a ticket. They gave me a careless driving ticket and being at a street event ticket. And they let me go. They gave me my keys and they said, just here's your court date, blah, blah. There you go. So in this moment, I'm driving and my friend, and if you guys see the video, my friend was in the car with me. He was hanging out because, he wanted to hang out the car and stuff because he's done it before a long time ago. But he called me from Quick Trip and he was like, hey, I left my phone in there in your car. So I drove to Quick Trip and I was gathering my thoughts because at this time I was thinking like, okay, I hit somebody, but they're going to be okay. So I was calming down. And what really happened was I get to Quick Trip and I'm telling my friend, like, this is what happened. Like, the guy's okay. Everything's okay. Like, guy's okay. Because, at places like this happens a lot. It happens a lot. There's somebody who makes a bad timing and decides that they think that they could get up in there, because a lot of people do that. A lot of people want to be in the center of the pit. So when you got to understand, as me, when I was doing that, I have no control of who runs in there. When I first started it, there was nobody in there. And then within the first donut, there was probably like 3 or 4 people who got in there. And how everything happened is, and I told the officers the same way, I don't like swinging when there's people because this is what could happen. But when there's 200 people, I cannot control who comes into the parking lot. I can't control who wants to get closer to my car. You got to understand, this is an open parking lot and everyone's doing it. When I went in there, there was no other cars doing it. Someone joined in at another pole, but when I went in there, it was just me. And I prefer to do that when it's just me. But with 200 people, they all people ran in there. And then they started, they recorded and all that stuff. And in that moment, when I know that I'm in this controlled circle, I cannot just stop out of nowhere because I see people running in, because the moment I stop, my car autocorrects. And then, so if I have a turn, my wheel's going to do that. And I could hit anybody who is coming in. That could happen. Right? So how this guy happened was this was not me losing control and hitting this guy. This guy ran into the front of my car, and he got caught. He ran right in front of it. He saw me coming his way, and he ran straight at it. And I can't, I saw a lot of people say, "Oh, it's the kid's fault," and even if it is, we need to respect how the family is. The family's hurt right now. I'm sure they do not like me and all that stuff, but I think the hardest thing. Oh, let me finish telling I'll tell you guys. Let me finish telling what happened. So after that, I probably get a call an hour or so after I left the accident. And I got called by police officers, and they told me, hey, we forgot to do your fingerprint or whatever. And I knew at that instant that they were just trying to get me to come back to them, because what I'm assuming was he went to the hospital and then he passed away there. So I went to the place that the police officers wanted to meet me. I already knew what it was. There was about 4 of them. They had the lights on. They said, keep in mind, these are the same police officers who wrote me the ticket before, an hour before. The same police officers who wrote me a ticket just an hour before. And he gets out the car and he says, "Hey man, I'm sorry it had to happen this way." And I put my hands out because I figured that's what it was. And then they put me in cuffs, and they didn't say I was being charged with anything. And we're gonna get into that a little bit later. At this moment, I'm not crying, but I'm sad. The police officers know I'm sad because all the crying part, that all happened the first time when the guy was getting loaded up into the ambulance. Because the one thing about this was how I felt was there was somebody, this guy who unfortunately passed away. He liked my car a lot. I didn't know the guy at all. He liked what I was doing, and that's why he decided he wanted to get closer to see it, because he liked the car. And I think that's the hardest thing that I have to hold on my shoulders, is there's somebody out there who liked my car so much that they wanted to get closer, and it ended up making a terrible mistake. So anyway, after that happened, they took me to the place, they processed me, and I asked one of the police officers what I would get charged with, and they told me what I could possibly be charged with. I want to let everyone know right now, I'm not charged with anything. Obviously, if I was, I wouldn't be here. A lot of you guys were thinking that I was done, but I'm here. And it still doesn't feel real because it's not over. We still got a lot of things that are going on. But I before I just, if I were to ever just disappear off the platform, I want to, what's it called? Let you guys know what happened before if something bad does happen. So it's about, I would say, I get in there about 12:30, midnight, and I'm processed through, I'm processed through, by about 11 o'clock, the dude comes in, the detective comes in, and he talks to me, and he tells me to tell, basically, I waived my rights. Basically, a lot of people say you get a lawyer, and people think that you got to get a lawyer if you did something bad. But I told the truth. And the reason why, and I'll explain to you guys now, is because there's a video. And the video shows everything. And the one thing about videos are, if it's caught in HD, you're basically, that's what happened. You can't change nothing about that. Now, there's a good side to this, guys. All the witnesses all said the guy ran into my car. It's unfortunate, but that is what happened. And that's a sad thing. And if a family member watches this, just know I'm so sorry that your son decided to run in there. I don't know who told him to run in there. I don't know if he chose to run in there, but I can't, that is something that I'm so sorry that happened to your son, that your son decided to run in there at a bad time. I'm getting, I'll get to it. Don't worry, you did, bro. So, so after that happened, the detective saw the video, saw what happened, and everything, all my stuff is moved to the prosecutor. All right, everything is moved to the prosecutor, and then the prosecutor has to decide, hey, they have to decide if they could charge me. Now, the family, a lot of people knew that it hurt on me about what happened. This is a freak accident. This is an accident. This is not somebody being careless and then, aiming for this guy. This was just a freak accident, And I see a lot of you guys are saying what one charge is, and that's not how that charge works. And this is where I got to be careful about what I'm saying. All I can let you guys know is that it's basically up to the family. If the family feels like I'm accountable, they can try to, put me in this. But from what I'm hearing, and I think the hardest thing was on the news, is that the family and friends were knowledgeable, knowing what this, like, knowing that their kid would go to these events. So and they went, and the way it all happened was, you know, like I said, the family knows that the kid liked to go to these events and record these events. So how it looks is the kid was not oblivious to what was going on, and he just chose to run in there, you know. And it's hard to say that because I know like a family could watch this and, you know, be hurt, but that the video, and I can't show you guys the video, and I refuse to show you guys the video. I know it's been floating around. I never posted the video. What's it called? Somebody else posted it, and it kind of spread. It bounced a lot, but I just want to let y'all know I didn't post it, and I can't. All I can tell you guys was in the video. It shows clear, like super clear, and you know, it's hard. It's hard to watch that video, you know, and like I said, it's oh my gosh, you know, I'm like getting a little upset, but it's really hard to understand that there's somebody out there who is coming to watch you do these cool things with your car and record it because they love it. They're like, because I don't know what the young man had. I didn't know if he did this himself, but it's hard to know that somebody liked your vehicle that much where they wanted to be a little bit closer, and they decided to run up in there and, you know, get caught. And, you know, it's not like he you know what, he probably saw other people do it, so he felt like maybe he could do it. And like I said, when I originally got up in there, nobody got in, like nobody was there until the first donut people started flooding in. And I had to stop, but I didn't, obviously I wasn't expecting that. So that's what happens. The police saw it. There's a lot of witnesses, and they're all saying the same thing. So like everyone's stories matching up, but at this point, it is up to the family. I talked to one of his close friends, and I think this was probably like the hardest thing to hear. So the day I actually was released, because guys, I didn't have a bond. I was just told to, like, you're free, like you're good to go. Show up to your court date for whatever ticket you had. One of his friends contacted me, and he said, hey, I was a close friend. I'm not going to say his name, but I was a close friend to this guy. And I wanted to talk to you and not be aggressive. And I talked to him, and I kind of like broke down on the phone a little bit. Because remember, this is a freak accident. You know, this is not something that was intended to happen. This was not, you know, in the video, I can't really show you guys, but in the video, I can't, like, I was nowhere near this guy. This guy just ran in. So I talked to the phone, and he told me, he was like I didn't even, this was the day after, so this is after the detective. Not the day after, like, this is like after I'm released. And he said, hey man, I'm a friend with him, and I know that he ran in at the wrong time. Originally, the plan was, and this is, and I got to be careful what I say here, but this is all coming from this friend that I don't know if he's actually friends with him, but he knew what kind of car he drove, so that's why I'm feeling like he was his actual friend. But he told me that apparently him and a group of friends, they all wanted to run in, and the group of friends decided to stay back. Now, when I say I don't know if that means he, what's it called? If he went and everyone's like, never mind, or they said, nah, we're not going to do it, and he decided he still wanted to do it. All I was told was he had a group of friends that wanted to go in the pit, but he was the only one who went. And he said, he basically said, hey, bro, like, I understand that you had no control in him doing that. Not in the car, but him doing what he did. So, yeah, that's, right now everyone's saying the same thing. And I just wanted to get you guys updated because a lot of you guys thought that I was still there. I'm not. I don't feel. And I appreciate the donation, but I don't feel like I'm good. I still feel trapped. I want to talk to the parents after time passed. I definitely want them to have their moment. I want them to have their time alone, and and it's up to them, guys. It's up to them. If they are the ones if they feel like I need to be held accountable, they might try, and I might have to go to court, and I might have to fight the case, depending on what happens. But as of right now, there is no charges on me. But at any moment I can get a call to what's it called? I can get a call, and I might have to turn myself in. That depends on if I am charged. If the prosecutor looks at all the evidence and thinks that I'm responsible, they will try to charge me with something, and then I will have to fight it off. And that's basically it. So as for the car, I have to wait a few months to get the car back since it was involved in that. And so yeah, it could be a while till I have my car back, but I do plan, probably if I do get it back, I might sell it. But yeah, I know a lot of you guys have a lot of questions. I just stuck with the same story I told the authorities. My heart goes out to the family, and yeah, so it's very hard. I appreciate thoughtful messages for everyone who was texting me. Yeah. So take care of yourself. Yeah, it's okay. The car, they said the car, they said I can get the car back probably after this whole thing ends, if depending on the outcome, obviously. But the car wasn't damaged at all. Unfortunately, the young man, it was just a bad timing. It was it was like a freak accident. How apparently what happened was, how it was reported was, he didn't have life-threatening issues like injuries on the outside, but I guess internally something must have happened. So yeah. So if one day you guys just see me not upload for a while, just assume it. Just assume it. I'll probably have Dizzy be on this channel until whatever happens, and keep you guys updated. But as of right now, it's a very stressful situation. I'm trying to hold all my emotions. I'm still in shock as well. Man, it's a hard time. Yeah, guys. I know you guys are shocked. I'm shocked. I'm right now, like I said, I'm just in a limbo. I don't know don't know what to do. I don't know how this family is. I don't, they might look at me like I'm a bad person, and I hope they don't see that. I hope they understand that their son was having just as much fun as I was that night. And, he made a bad decision. He made a bad choice, and, that it cost him his life. And it's a very sad moment, that he didn't deserve that. And, I don't want them to look at me and think, oh, he meant to do that. That guy, he wanted to look at my car. He liked looking at my car, and he wanted. So I'm not gonna say he wanted to record it. I don't know what he wanted to do, but all I know is he ran there, because he wanted to be closer. So yeah, it's hard to like to. I'm just daydreaming every day about this situation. So you know, if you guys think that like my emotions like I'm not like crying or nothing. Oh, trust me, I cried. I've cried like all last yesterday. Um, it's like I'm running out of tears. But and I appreciate. I'll check these donations out later. But I don't know. I think like I said, the hardest thing was you know just it's just the whole what he was thinking. Like I really wish I knew what that man was thinking. And it's weird because when I go to shows and events and people people hype me up and people say good job, like you did great. These are like actual events and all that stuff. It feels good. And then when you go to other events like this as well, it feels good. When people are smiling, people laughing, people just having a blast. This is better than going out selling drugs. It's better than like gang banging. This is it's people come here to have fun. Doesn't matter what area you're born from. They come out here and they have fun, and it's just it's a lot better than what kids can be doing at that age. But a lot of people don't see it that way. There's some people who see it that way, but yeah, it's a lot. I think that what hurts me the most is that this man was. It's not like he was looking to go to watch somebody else. This man was watching me, and he wanted to get closer. And that's probably what hurts the most is knowing that, like, what like before he chose to run out there, he was like, man, I like this car a lot in his head. Like I want to be there. I want to be in there and all that stuff. So, so yeah, it's hard, and it's hard that one day I'm gonna have to, like, I don't know. So, yeah. So for everyone who's wondering, that's what happened. It's a lot.